Welcome into Oxnard, California, as we wrap up another training camp here on the West Coast alongside Patrick Walker, Nick Eatman, Rob Phillips. This is the Reliant Power Rankings, of course, powered by our friends over at Reliant. What a way to wrap up the Oxnard training camp. 16th time Cowboys have made the trip down here to Southern California. We're going to give you the top 10 rookie standouts throughout Oxnard. So, of course, first-year guys with the Cowboys and first-year guys in the NFL, including this first guy. We're going to start at number 10, Kevontae Turpin. He hasn't necessarily been a rookie in terms of professional football, but in terms of the NFL, Nick, he has been a rookie, and he's somebody that stood out.
Yeah, and he's got that R on the roster, so he counts here. And I thought what he did, he came in here and had a role in the offense, obviously special teams, but had a role in the offense and, did some stuff in the game against Denver. Just the fact that they're using him, didn't have any offseason. They're using him like they did. I thought it was deserving to put him on the list.
Moving into number 9, DEVIN HARPER. He was one of the draft picks for the Cowboys this last season out of Oklahoma State, a linebacker, Rob, that's really made a good impact so far.
Interesting player. He's not the biggest linebacker, Kyle, but he's got good speed, and he blossomed his last year at Oklahoma State. Finally, the extra COVID year really benefited him, got to start, got to make some plays, and he's made some plays out here, made a big hit in the preseason opener against Denver, and has been active on special teams. So I think that's going to be his role if he makes the squad this year.
6 foot, 235-pound linebacker. He's shown some angles. He's shown some awareness, good reading ability, something to keep an eye on as we continue forward. Now, Patrick, Malik Davis has been so fun to watch from a running back position, a rookie out of Florida who wasn't even the leading rusher on his collegiate team, but he's the leading rusher so far this preseason and maybe even through camp.
You got to love what you're seeing from Malik Davis. This is a running back room dominated by Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and Rico Dowdle at the moment, but Malik Davis has pushed the issue at running back 3. He's making a name for himself both in camp practices and especially in his preseason debut with the Cowboys. Racked up some yards, saw the lanes, hit the lanes, very decisive. He went north and south more often than not. You love what you're seeing from Malik Davis.
Nick, tell me about our number 7 here, Jake Ferguson, tight end, draft pick, 4th rounder. He's looked pretty solid.
Yeah, and what he did the best is look good in the game. Because he's missed some time, he's been injured, but he came in and played in the game, and I thought he did a nice job of catching the ball. And one particular play over the middle where he was going for at least 20, 25 yards. I thought that he did a nice job of making himself open. But one thing that he's going to have to do to keep getting better is to block, and that's what he did at Wisconsin a lot. And if he can continue to do that, I think he has a chance to really be a good tight end.
These next 3 guys were really close in our rankings. It was really a jumbled mix in the middle. But coming in at number 6, Dennis Houston, a wide receiver, Rob, that nobody really saw coming.
If Dak Prescott stands up on the podium behind us and compliments you, then you're in pretty good shape. And the best thing you can do as a wide receiver, especially a rookie wide receiver, is gain the quarterback's trust. And I think he has Dak Prescott's trust early on. The coaching staff trusts him. Coaches rave about his ability to know his assignments, know where to be. And he's made some plays out here. And so it's a competition in terms of throughout the next couple preseason games, can he keep that up in game situations? That's where it really stands out. But he's been impressive. Babe Laufenberg, our colleague, was only out here for a couple days and noticed him right away, his ability as a route runner and be in the right position for the quarterback.
Patrick, Deron Bland, Fresno State rookie cornerback who comes back to California. He looks like he's been at home, but he's also shown off some of that 4.46 speed, too.
Absolutely. Deron Bland has been fantastic in both camp, and then you saw that translate over to the scrimmage and then into the first preseason game against the Denver Broncos. Deron Bland has showed that he has the ability to blanket an X receiver, a Z receiver. You can put him in the slot. He's doing everything the Cowboys are asking him to do, and he has immediately put his name into the role of potentially cornerback 4 for the Cowboys.
He's a 5th-round pick. We just talked about Ferguson, who's a 4th-round pick. Let's go to the 3rd round for number 4, Jalen Tolbert. Nick, tell me about what the South Alabama receiver's been doing.
Well, he's getting a lot of reps because of the injuries to both Michael Gallup, James Washington, and even in the game, when they held back Noah Brown, he got a chance to start and got a lot of reps and got a lot of targets his way. He needed to take advantage of that a little bit more in the game. I think he was probably sitting with a chance to be on this list as maybe the number 2 guy, maybe even number 1 had he played really well in the game. He's had good practices, but it's a learning curve. He's got to continue to get going.
Now, Rob, the highest undrafted free agent rookie, and the way he has performed, it's really no surprise. Marquise Bell is toward the top of this list. He's in the top 3, sitting at number 3. Why has he been so impressive so far?
Well, speaking of extra reps, Nick mentioned that a minute ago. He's taken advantage of some extra time with the first-team defense because Jaron Kearse has been nursing a little bit of a back injury. So he's taken advantage of that, and it's interesting to put him with Curse because it's sort of the same skill set. He's a hybrid guy who can play safety. He can drop down in the box in kind of that hybrid situation at linebacker. And that's what Dan Quinn saw immediately in his skill set coming out of college. And I can't remember the last time we've talked about an undrafted player less than one preseason game in. We were talking about this beginning of camp. Feel like he's going to be on this team and maybe have a role on defense right away.
It's really interesting to see how he could maybe fit into that J-Ron Kurtz role at the safety position, a hybrid linebacker safety mix that really Dan Quinn has shown before he can utilize a lot of people in positions like that. Now, let's go to Sam Williams here. This is where we had a little bit of a split decision between Patrick and Nick, had him a little further down. Me and Rob had him up in the top two, really talking about what he had done previously. But I'll start with you, Nick. Why did you have Sam Williams on this list, and why not at the top?
Well, I think that the reason I didn't put him at the top is that I think the guy that's up there has done more, and I think he's had a little bit more wow plays. They're still trying to figure out where Sam Williams is going to go. And I thought he played really good in the game. And but I just, as far as just the wow moments, wow plays, I didn't put him at the top. It's been very impressive, though.
I agree, and I think Sam Williams has had a very good camp. But to Nick's point, the Cowboys are trying to figure out where they're going to put him. Are they going to rush him off of the edge more often than not? They had him at the 3-tech a couple of times, more than a couple of times against the Denver Broncos. So I think moving him around a bit kind of steals the opportunity for him to have some of these wow plays, some of these highlight plays. But the tools are there, the physical size is there. He's speed, he's fast, he's quick. He can get the job done. The Cowboys just need to kind of key in on where they want to play him, and then I believe he'll excel there.
And part of the reason why he's number 2 is because Rob and I both had him as number 1 on our list. We were looking at the traits, kind of like what you just said. The speed off the edge, the way he's able to get around some of these guys. He has given fits to Terrence Steele, Josh Ball, and even at times Tyron Smith at the tackle positions. He's been in the backfield quite a bit, and it seemed like as a rookie, Rob, he was the most impressive out of the entire list.
There's been some wow in terms of his edge rushing ability. Just the quickness off the snap, his ability to bend, and I'm not saying he's going to be Micah Parsons in year one, but I do think, and he may not start week one. You know, they've got veteran options there, Dorrance Armstrong on that right side potentially, but a guy that can fit into the rotation right away, and maybe as the season goes on, he's even more of a factor. He's somebody to watch, and a reason why they were comfortable eventually letting Randy Gregory go to Denver.
Now, our top guy, number 1, first-round draft pick, Tyler Smith, the rookie offensive lineman out of Tulsa, and he wasn't ranked below 2 on any list up here to get to the top spot in the ranking, so he had 38 out of possible 40 points in this scoring system. Patrick, why did you have him so high up on your list, and why should Cowboys fans be excited about Tyler Smith?
Tyler Smith has been as advertised as a rookie first-round pick. And, you know, when you're the first rookie first-round pick since Zach Martin, you're going to have to come in here and you're going to have to hit the ground running. Tyler Smith has done just that. Obviously, over the beginning of the offseason program, they kind of flexed in between tackle and guard. They wanted to see which one they could fit him at. But here at camp, they've pigeonholed him into guard, which is great. He's a road grader. He's a mauler. You're seeing his strength. He's pancaking guys in scrimmages and also at the NFL level in that preseason game against the Broncos. He put some guys on their back. This is who you want to be your starting left guard. And to Nick's point that he made in a column here recently, it's time to unleash Tyler Smith completely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought he needs those reps, and they've eased him into the starting lineup. I think it's time to kind of move him even more into that because he's moving people around, and he's been impressive. His head might be spinning as a rookie, but you really haven't been able to see that because he's been so polished for a first-year rookie guy.
Yeah, coaches love it. We talk about how strong he is, and somebody told me kind of reminds you of Tyron Smith early when he first got here. Young, just over 20 years old, but those heavy hands, just powerful at the point of attack. But the coach, mauler's a great word, but the coaches are impressed with his movement, his ability to move around and be agile for 325 pounds. He does have the complete skill set. They're very excited about him.
Lots of excitement around Tyler Smith, lots of excitement around the rookie class, and about the rookie power rankings, powered by Reliant. For Patrick Walker, Nick Eatman, Rob Phillips, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Power Rankings, powered by Reliant.